everybody
going, everybody?
in the U.S. Jeremy and I are super excited. We spent a week with family, and so we actually are working kind of part-time today. Let me fix this camera here on YouTube a little bit. There we go. And so I just want to reach out there because I know some of you don't even get an opportunity to see our broadcast because maybe you work full-time, you're out of the office. Today you have friends and family over. Maybe some of you are like hiding in a corner over there. Like, I love my friends and family, but they're all driving me crazy because they're all complaining about their job, and they're all complaining about they don't have any money, and they're all complaining about how they hate their work.
They have to go to work again
and they're
tomorrow.
like, oh my God, you going back tomorrow, or are you going back tomorrow? And then you got some of the relatives swearing because they had, God forbid, they had to work today. I'll tell you what, tell that person who's been out of work for 12 months, they can go work for you, and you can stop whining, and you can just go unemployed for a while. It'll change everybody's mindset, right? It's funny how we really, when we're unemployed, we will do anything. And then when a job comes in and we've got regular work, all of a sudden we think we're entitled to all kinds of stuff. And even small business owners, I am so against workaholism.
Yep.
I am so against, working 90 hours a week, this lie that you work 90 hours a week, put your head up one day, you'll have a wonderful life. You'll lose your family, you'll lose everything that's important. And so, but I am for, if you can't pay your bills, you can't pay your mortgage, you can't put food on the table, you might need to work on Memorial Day. You might need to work on Saturday for a little while. Look at your sweet little one in the face and tell him, today, mommy or daddy are going to work 4 hours so that we don't have to live in our car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do what you've got to do. People here.
We know people personally who they had to live out of their cars, and you got to pull up your bootstraps when you have to.
You do.
You have to do what it takes. If you can't.
Let me make sure the lighting's okay. Facebook, can you guys see me? Because the lighting, like all of a sudden the camera just went like totally out. And so I don't know if you guys can see me fine, and it's just my phone. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Jeremy.
But when you're at a place where you can't pay your bills and stuff like that, you gotta sacrifice eating out that week, Netflix, stuff like that.
Or if you can't pay your mortgage bill,
and then go do what you know to do to make money. You might even have to, some people, get a small part-time job to then pay for your ads. Then you can launch your business in 2-3 weeks. I mean, a lot of people don't even think that way. Oh, well, maybe I could go get a job here real quick for a month, and then that could fund my business as I get started.
Yeah, or my biggest thing is clean up the house.
Or how could I help another business owner add value to their business? That's another way that people don't even understand.
Or clean up the junk. Become a minimalist. If you're just starting a business, this is a great time for you to become a minimalist, where you live on as minimal amount of belongings as possible. That's what I did. I sold nearly everything. I became a minimalist. I had a big house we couldn't afford. I ran a huge business, got super sick, got massively in debt. So then I started selling everything I didn't need to run the current business that I had. Another thing that we talk a lot about, we're going to spend all of June talking about how to make six figures with recorded videos, with webinars, and with mentorships. And,
and honestly, the summertime's the best time to do that sort of thing. We found that the best is August through October for online webinar type sales. Yeah. Because people are looking at how they can,
whatever
do stuff
it is,
at Christmas time, whatever, stuff like that. So,
and that's for business. Let me talk to you about webinars beyond that.
Yeah,
the other issue is that this is not on trial. Okay, so like our average webinar gets 2,000 to 5,000 people on it. Our average 6 to 12 week class brought in $500,000 to $800,000. Currently we've got 2,000 members in our Inner Circle Mastermind, and it honestly only takes us 10 hours a month to fund a program that's generating $200,000 a month. When you build a business online, you have to understand the speaking circuit is being trumped by the online webinar speaking circuit. And so even if you like to go from stage to stage and you make $25,000 a pop, if you're not building webinars online, dude, you're saving 6 to 7 figures for your competitor who's willing to do it. And so we're going to spend the entire month of June in my inner circle talking about how to make webinars, how to identify, topics. I remember
some people's first webinar is as simple as setting up a camera on a tripod, recording themselves, some bullets, splitting it up into some videos, and that's a pre-recorded one that they can do, or live.
And you can do webinars pretty much with almost any business and add 6 figures to almost any business. Let's say you run a business where you do oil changes, and you're sitting there thinking to me, I like to use big extremes to prove a point. And you're sitting there saying, okay, like really, how could I do a webinar or a pre-recorded video or a mentorship because I do oil changes? Well, are there things that make the oil changes last longer? Are there things that would make these people a better customer of yours, and they would even buy your yearly membership if you just recorded 4 to 6 pre-recorded videos and sold them for $27? I'm thinking of like the local car washes that sell these memberships for like $350 a year.
A car club could have like an online
The car club could have a $27 video that people get, and it teaches how to take care of your car, how to use one of those stones that the detailers use in case you get something wrong with your car, how to make your detailing last longer, simple things like that. Obviously, a lot of you are in direct sales. We have about 1/8 of our customers that are in direct sales. Then we've got practitioners, musicians, things like that. Musicians, like, I'm blown away. Bethel Music is one of the top Christian music artist group on iTunes today. And if you are a musician and you have been doing this for longer than 5 or 10 years, you are missing it if you're not doing webinars. Worship U is a webinar platform by Bethel Music's worship team that not only generates a fantastic income into the ministry to serve people, feed the homeless, rescue the hungry, send all of their teams all over the world. How do you think they send everybody all over the world? The average mission trip can be $10,000 to $20,000 when you're going all over the world. And those musicians created a mentorship on what it really takes to be a worship leader, what it takes behind the human part of that, what it takes as far as keeping yourself fresh. What's the difference between reading music and pulling music down from heaven? And the topics are endless.
There's another couple examples that come
to mind. You got to listen to this.
I have a couple of them that I've looked at personally. One of them is this guy. He runs a business that teaches you how to buy exotic cars at a discount. Instead of spending $180,000 on like a Lambo, you can get it for $120,000. He sells it. It's a 4-part video series. He sells it for $497.
He even shows you how to get used one for like $60,000.
How to get used ones for cheaper, stuff like that. So it's a webinar-based thing. He does free videos on YouTube that promote his $597 webinar and does that. Another example is we had one of our coaching clients. He was an expert in patenting and creating products, physical products, such as he worked for a video game controller company, so he knows how to create and market stuff. I told him, dude, you need to make a program where for $997 you show people how to get their ideas from their head into consumers' hands.
Well, that's
exactly.
The thing. Here's
you
the
can
deal.
teach people how to do like dog walking, anything like that.
We've helped functional medicine doctors because one of the biggest things right now in the paleo community, gut health, functional medicine practitioners, functional medicine doctors, is I've got to have you take all of these tests to test your inflammation markers, what food sensitivities you have, your blood type, your urine, your hair, your spit, your stool. I always say, your spit, your shit, your saliva, sorry. They test every bodily fluid, and then the traditional thing is this. You come into their office, and they give you a readout on all the reports, and basically you can only serve people locally, and you can only serve the kind of people that you can get one-on-one into the office. Well, we taught them how to read the report on a recorded video, which is beautiful for a new mom who's a functional medicine doctor, who she now took her $5,000 thing, bumped it down to like $2,800, put it online. The person takes all the tests. She reads and interprets everything in a pre-recorded video. The client goes through all of that. Then when she meets them, they already have their questions ahead of time. You took a 4 to 5 hour appointment in the office and broke it down into 3 or 4 increments online, and they hit a whole new line of people,
this is how people
who would never come in.
4 to 6 times increase the amount of sales that they're already doing. If you have any skill,
well, one lady said, what about jewelry?
You can monetize it with webinars.
Now here's the deal. What about jewelry? Well, what you do with jewelry is the biggest problem you have if people aren't buying your jewelry is they don't know how to wear it. They don't know what clothes to wear it with. They don't know how to color combine. They don't know what gems and what colors and whatever look good on them. So if you did a video for $17 to $27 that basically showed all of that, like, hello, I would be buying more of your jewelry. Somebody said, what about professional services? Well, here's a good example. I was a professional direct response marketing copywriter. I had $500,000 a year in clients on retainers. I had about 6 to 7 clients who worked with me every year, and I loved doing that, but I had a ceiling. Okay. And I also got a little bored, this kind of personality, all of this, only talking to 6 to 10 people a year. Can I get an amen? It was pretty fun. They'd write me a $250,000 check, I'd make them $1 million. They write me an $80,000 check, I'd make them $150,000. The funny thing is, though, is that I took that service business and I turned it into something where I was now teaching some of what I was doing, from the beginner to the master, whatever. And I taught webinars. My very first webinar, I made over $32,000 with less than 2,000 people on Facebook. You know, direct sales is another one. Let's say you're selling a nutritional product. Quit making free books telling me how to make shakes.
Exactly.
How to make shakes I can go find on YouTube. How to make shakes I can go find free. But what if you tell me the inside secrets of how to use the product? Where the difficulties are, the specialty things you can do. Let's go beyond that. What about the mindsets that happen on the days that I don't want to drink my shake and I want to eat a large Domino's, bless God? What about the days when I'm having difficulties and I'm out and about and I'm under major pressure to go eat at the Chinese food place and I know I should make wise choices before I go? What if you made a webinar or an info product or created a mentorship that helps people stay on track?
A lot of times people would make ebooks and sell those. The webinars have kind of trumped that, and you can add a sort of workbook with your webinar that adds value. But the thing is that making a webinar on pretty much any topic. So
well, Angelica says, is there a price cap? Here's the deal, Angelica. In June, in our inner circle, I'm going to show you how to find pricing, how to study the market, and how to be strategic. By the way, low-balling it is not always going to make you more money. When I say to people that we are priced less than every other coaching program out there, I'm still priced in a way where value is perceived and retained, and people will pay. I've had clients who are like charging $7 thinking they're going to sell thousands of them at $7, and they can't sell any. And we show them why they should charge $27, how to charge $27, how to raise their price overnight, and their sales go way up. So we're going to talk about pricing topics, how to identify them. You know what? The topic for a webinar could be as simple as like a blow drying boot camp. I remember when Christy Frank back in 2009, her website, I was looking it up today, it's kind of expired. Maybe because of the dry bars or whatever. But I remember when she made 7 figures teaching people how to buy a better blow dryer, how to blow dry their hair like their stylist, and how to have great hair between appointments. You know, ladies and gentlemen, because this is not just a ladies thing, what is the thing people are constantly asking you for? What is the thing that you wake up on an uncaffeinated day from a bad night's sleep and you can still answer? This is not, you don't create a webinar and I thought that was a great topic, so I thought I would just like come up with it. You come up with something, you know, in order to do it that you
it has to have a demand from the marketplace. So you can make something on something, but if there's no demand from the marketplace, it's not going to sell. So that's why that's your initial research. But once you identify something that will sell, for example, I know a lot of guys, there's like 10 different people right now, they run YouTubes and they sell $20 to $30 plus $100 every year when the Madden video game comes out for the Xbox. They sell the updated secrets to playing Madden, and they sell those for like $100. These guys are running 6-figure businesses selling video game tips and tricks.
Well, here's a lady. This one lady just said, what about fashion? Well, let me give you an example, all right? Watch. Why is this only available from a high-priced consultant and in a store? Watch what I'm going to tell you. I happen to be in our shape. Thank you, Jesus, for the curves you gave me. Now, when I wear a shirt that is like this, cinched here, or tucked in, or only tucked in on one side, it enhances my curves and makes me look better. If I wear a shirt that is straight down, made more for a girl who doesn't have a butt and has more of her weight up here, I'm going to look 20 pounds heavier. When she puts on what I'm having, it's going to make her look 20 pounds heavier. So if you're in fashion, why the heck aren't you showing people how to dress like this? Why aren't you showing them, you know, everybody's like, wear black, you look thinner when you wear black. You also look like you're dead if you're constantly wearing black. How do you enhance the black? How do you add corals? How do you add, you know, pinks? Maybe you shouldn't wear pinks. We don't need to make a religion out of it. We don't need to make it like, oh, well, you have blue eyes and you look prophetic, so you should be wearing this. No, but what I want to see, if you're in fashion, show me how to look my best. A lot of times people go into a store and they're picking out the wrong clothes and they walk out going, I'm fat. No, you ain't fat. You're just wearing the wrong clothes for your body type, baby. By the way, don't even get me on a tangent, because I have fought that body image destructive belief that if I'm a 4 or a 2, I'm hot and sexy, and if I'm a 16 or a 20, I'm fat. That ain't true. Love the shape you're in. By the way, you ain't never going to get to your shape fit place until you love the body you're in right now. I'm happen to be on chemo, Remicade infusions every 8 weeks. I'm on prednisone. It made me a little puffy, but I'll tell you what, knowing how to enhance my teeny waist, because it's so funny, no matter how puffy I get, I still got a teeny waist, I still got my booty. Why in fashion are you not showing that kind of stuff in videos? I would pay $100 for it. I'd pay $200 for it.
Now, some people are asking too if they have a professional services business. Our whole inner circle members area has training on how to advertise for photography, coaching businesses, autoresponders, nonprofits, all that. Facebook That's all in the members area right there.
Copywriting, websites, launching your product.
Yeah, and so that's in the members area of Inner Circle already. What we're but what's interesting is you could take your skill as a photographer and now you could create 2 businesses.
Yep.
You could have one where you're doing the photography and advertising that, and 2 where you're teaching budding photographers how to be experts.
Yep. Well, one person said, if I built a coaching business on purpose, would that would make money? Let me tell you what, no. But if you build a coaching business on how to identify my purpose and how that's going to help my career, why knowing my purpose is going to help my relationships? We all know we got a purpose, but where are the coaches who are telling me what to do next? Right? Where are the coaches who are saying how to...
Well, a lot of people give their 10 steps to building a business, but it doesn't show you...
It doesn't show how to make money.
It doesn't show...
Money. And you, not only, here's the deal.
Start to finish.
Not only do we show the business owners how to make that money, like most of the programs out there don't show how to close a sale and all that. But if you're going to start a business, like how to identify your purpose, you've got to give me a value that not only changes my life, but now I'm creating my boundaries because I know my purpose. Like a lot of our people in our inner circle, I asked them to take the Colby A and the Colby Career MO. Some of the most dysfunctional small businesses that are started, you hear about all these small businesses that don't succeed, are because they're doing something that's completely not in alignment with how they're wired. It's completely not in alignment with their spiritual gifts, their natural gifts, their experience, and how they're wired. But knowing your spiritual gifts, your natural gifts, how you're wired, and even your passion and your purpose means nothing. Zip Periscope, zip Instagram, zip Facebook, zip YouTube. It means nothing, and you will be broke if you do not understand what the marketplace is demanding. You've got to learn how to lean in, hear what the marketplace is asking for, and how to wrap your spiritual gifts, your natural experience, your purpose, your talent around it. That's how you build a sustainable business that you can reinvent yourself with algorithm changes. You can reinvent yourself with changes in how things are done. You can reinvent yourself.
And the algorithm changes are just changes in psychology of the users of the platform.
Well, here's the deal. Business owners get all ticked off when Mark Zuckerberg changes the algorithm. But Zuckerberg is changing the algorithm so that your content shows up in front of people who are more likely to buy your stuff. I'd rather have my content show in front of 200 people than 200,000 people who don't give a rat. I don't want my curling iron showing up in front of a bunch of bald men. You get my drift? Yeah. And we don't want Viagra showing up in front of a bunch of 19-year-olds. You get what I'm saying? Hello, can I get an amen in the house? Yes, I'm on.
And we show all that, how to do that targeting and stuff like that in the Facebook ads.
Oh, Andrea says, what if I feel the market is saturated? Andrea, I love you. That's a great example. But I'm going to get a little sassy and a little humorous at the same time, okay? Here's the thing. There are there's almost 2 billion active users on Facebook, okay? The issue is when you think the market is saturated, one of the reasons that is because you probably study your market like crazy, okay? And Google and Facebook and YouTube alter what you see on your computer and your phone according to what you search the most. That's the first issue. So if I grab Jeremy's phone and I have my phone and I type something into our phones, we are both going to see something different. If I was typing in I bought my G-Wagon AMG 63 a couple weeks ago, just put on the 1,500 mile, 1,500 miles on it. And when we were searching for stuff on Google, for me, they were not showing up like he's looking at, expensive cars and fantastic cars like crazy. That's what he loves. Me, I wasn't looking at the G-Wagon all the time. So what was showing up on Google was different. What shows up on YouTube and Facebook is different. So if you're seeing everything about your industry, first of all, you're going to see it way more than it's probably out there. The other issue is if Jesus Christ has not saturated the earth yet with the gospel, well, what makes you think you can saturate the earth with your product or service?
What did, oh man.
Well, and saturated is funny because there's a lot of markets that it's obnoxious. They're just like everywhere. But how do you stand out, become like a tsunami in the middle of the wave and make everybody pay attention to you? Because that's what I happen to exceed in. Well, first of all,
one of our friends,
be a unicorn.
One of our friends, our friend Cole, he had posted that.
Be a unicorn. Be different. Be different.
Our friend Cole posted, everyone says that the music market is oversaturated. He's like, so you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to oversaturate it with 2 albums a year. That's what he just said.
That's it.
He posted that, and he's coming out with another album this year.
There you go.
He's like, everyone says, oh, the market's oversaturated. Well, guess what? I'm going to make 2 albums and oversaturate. And
and then you got people like Chance the Rapper, who's never sold an album in his life and got, 6 Grammys? How many Grammys did he get?
I don't know.
He got a lot of Grammys and he's never sold any music at all. It's all streaming. And you got all these broke musicians who are whining and crying. Nobody's buying my album. iTunes is taking over the market and it's all streaming and nobody's buying. And Chance the Rapper's over there having church on the Grammys. When the blessings go, when the praises go up, the blessings come down. Yeah, there we go. And he not only won a Grammy, he had them change their rules to be able to win a Grammy.
They had to change the
rules. And what
did
he do? He changed the modality of how it was dispensed. So the way that you build a multi-billion-dollar business is not to come up with something bright, fantastic, and new that nobody knows about. You actually even take something that may be in a so-called saturated market and reinvent how it's delivered.
Reinvent it and make it better.
How is it delivered?
That's how Facebook was actually started. MySpace was the big thing, and then Facebook took over because it made it better.
Same with
Apple Computer. The user experience was a little bit better than Windows, and so that's why Apple had gone. Same with the phones, everything. A lot of times, some of the most money that's made in business is actually reinventing something better than what the current saturated market is already doing. So that's a word for some people.
Yeah, it is. Reinvent the user's experience. Sometimes people think they're going to reinvent how to teach it. No, just reinvent the user's experience. That's what the iPod was. Drop the mic. Think about that for 1 second. We've been listening to music, right? Right. You've been listening to music online. There was Napster. Then there was all kinds of stuff that copied off Napster. Then there was even music that was showing up on MySpace illegally and all over the place. So what Steve Jobs did is he reinvented the user's experience.
iTunes actually reinvented the illegal music market and made it legal and made the musicians more money.
That's right. He literally said, rather than, oh my gosh, we've got to get all this music offline. This is ridiculous. People are going broke.
And then Taylor Swift took all her music off of iTunes, wrote them a letter so she could get artists more money.
Yeah.
So she reinvented that side of it too. It's amazing.
You've got reinventing things is just a ridiculous way. The way I made my first $1 million in this business in 6 months is back in 2009. Everybody and their brother were teaching on WordPress and how to do WordPress, and every website we had and all of our clients were on the first page of Google like overnight. And so I bought the top 10 WordPress classes that were out there, downloaded all the free WordPress information, and now mind you, I had made millions of dollars in business and run all these different kinds of companies, and
it was all confusing.
It was so confusing. For a few seconds I thought I didn't know anything I was talking about. It was so Greek. It was so ridiculous.
So your first $1 million in webinars was teaching WordPress in an oversaturated market that was teaching WordPress, but you made it easier than most everyone else.
I said, any of you all confused out there? Me too. Let me show you how to get on the first page of Google.
And that
you don't have to understand everything. You just have to understand a few basic things. And that class is still even in our inner circle.
Yep, it is.
Vault, and about 95% of it.
And that'll inspire people to go through those classes in there, kind of see. Every one of those was actually sold as an individual webinar. and then we built it into a membership vault. But all those were actually made as individual webinars.
Right.
Originally.
Some people say who started with no money. There's a lot of people who've started their business with no money. I started a $4 million business without any money by selling a ton of things around so I could get my initial capital.
Most people can sell stuff to get about $1,000 around their
We've got
house.
people all over the place. So I did that video last week about selling their junk, and they've sold over. They went to go sell $97 to get in my inner circle, and they ended up selling like $200, $300, $400 worth of stuff. And now they got in the inner circle, and they had a little money to go out and celebrate. So me. Autumn says me. Yay! Wendy, yay! So fun.
Awesome.
And so the thing is in the inner circle, do you teach how to sell on Amazon? Absolutely. It's affiliate marketing. It's direct response marketing. Don't let anybody dupe you on a specific how to sell on Amazon. You have to understand how to sell to people who mostly shop on their phone. Okay? With direct response marketing that's evergreen, and a lot of it's affiliate marketing if you're selling like through their affiliate program or you're selling your product. Once you understand that basis, it doesn't matter whether they're on their phone or their computer. It doesn't matter if they're like in Timbuktu or New York. What about essential services like internet TV, cell energy? Well, what you've got to do, not exciting for people to hear? No, that's your belief.
Yep, exactly.
And Cox and Time Warner and all of these other people don't have that belief that it's not exciting to hear. You've got to create culture. We have a class that's 12 weeks long to the gal.
And sometimes if people feel like, oh, I can't make money selling this, you got to find something else to sell too.
Well,
sometimes.
Yeah.
And reinvent what you're doing.
Yeah, and if you feel like that, your belief system there, then you got to find something you feel passionate about.
Exactly.
How do you find your market? Well, we have a class in the inner circle that shows you how to find your gifts, your talents, and abilities. Then you find and research markets. You find where the market's in demand, how you can slip your business in there, pretty much hack that space right there and be successful. That's how I've always been able to go in and like a tsunami and get tons and tons of customers. All of you saw it, how I blew up a page to 1 million in just a couple years on Facebook. But the funny thing is, why are people still here?
Yep.
Because you've got to create content that people are interested, create content that shows people how not only how to monetize it, but what you really have to do to run a business. I mean, it just drives me bonkers when people are like, I want to learn how to set it and forget it. Well, you've got to learn how to work it and work it and work it and work it before you can set it and forget it. But I'll show you how to do that in a whole lot less time. So
what's funny is he's asking, how do you reinvent plumbing? So check this out.
I'm not going to plumb anymore. Have you ever thought about teaching a course to teach people how to become a plumber?
And that is actually, that's what Mr. Lucero, my fiance's dad, does. He's building his coaching on for handymen and how to
the people who did
showing people around the country how to get themselves into business, how to get certified as a plumber, stuff like that. You could teach people and mentor them and put them into business.
Right. Way. He made his future father-in-law made multiple 7 figures. Was one of the top painters with like faux painting and commercial painting and residential painting here in the Phoenix area for many, many years.
Yep.
And now he's creating a mentorship to teach people how to do faux painting, how to DIY it yourself.
He charges like $397 a month.
Yeah.
For this thing.
Now here's the thing. There's cleaning companies that have done that. If you've done anything for a certain amount of time, why aren't you teaching other people how to do that? Any advice on selling high-end workshop? Well, here's the deal. High-end workshops and high-end seminars are awesome, but they should be the cream on your crop. They should not be what you build an entire business around. You're going to get exhausted. It's not sustainable. What you want to do is you take little crumbs and bread pieces.
Look at Zachariah. He said he can do that. He's a photographer in Topeka.
Yeah, and here's the deal. You take if your high-end course is $7,500. Why aren't you making another $100,000 or $200,000 or $1 million a year, selling like 1/16 of what's taught in your high end? The other thing is, let me say this in closing: if you have a product or you have a service, or you have something that you can add value to people's lives, and you can change their life, I personally think it's a moral crisis and it's a crime if you ain't showing that to me on Facebook Live. If I gotta pay you to see any of this, to get a little sample of this, to get a little hors d'oeuvre of this, in a social media world, something's broken.
I mean, someone could take this video and make a 6-figure business just off of this video.
Well, we've got so much free stuff on YouTube. We've got over 100 videos on Facebook. We've got a whole vault of free stuff. The issue is you don't lack money, you lack knowledge. And you lack the knowledge that you need for your specific problem. Once you get that knowledge, you'll be unstoppable. And so, let me see. One more question. Yesterday's children are today's adults. So when you think your market is saturated, open
your eyes. That's so true. They're on
that's
Snapchat,
right. There you go. There's
and
a
Instagram.
There's a new answer I'm going to
true.
say. As long as somebody's getting pregnant, the market ain't saturated.
That's
you got new customers.
That's the sad mindset of the pornography industry, is that mindset. But a lot of people actually have to think in that way with their business as well.
Yeah,
there are children that are growing up the next 5-10 years that are now 18. They're making decisions themselves at 21.
Yep.
You know, I mean.
Well, that's the truth. That's how the pornography industry.
Yeah, that's how they grew.
They basically get you into gaming and a couple other stuff and start teaching you to be addicted to your device at a very young age. But that was for free. And by the way, if that is your personal struggle, I release grace over you. There's no shame. Jesus loves you. Do not allow shame to come in. And I believe that no matter how stuck you may think you are in that, there is always hope. There is always hope. And there is always hope. And there is always hope. Alrighty, my friends. Well, listen, we're going to hang up, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for taking just a few minutes with us here. Like I said,
they can actually get $80 off per month on the Inner Circle.
You think you should do that? Are we doing that right now?
I think so.
Okay, I'm just playing with you.
Oh, okay.
I totally forgot about it. Sometimes though,
some people are asking where the link was.
Sometimes he pops on here and he's like, "Let's give a discount," because Jeremy's like, "Let's give him a discount. Let's have a party." I'm like, "Okay." So if you run to my Facebook page or you go to arealchange.com /inner circle, on that page for the next 48 hours, we got a big discount. Give you $80 off. Spend a month or two there. What do you got to lose? Basically, you come with us. Like, it doesn't work for you. You want to stay where you are. You want to stay how you are. You want to keep working like you are. It's no big
I think
deal.
there's over 600 hours of training in there. So I think it might be 800 hours.
And we've got over 30 people who became a millionaire for the first time in their life. 10 people became a millionaire. 34 people made 6 figures for the first time in their life. And we've got a half a dozen people who are in their 60s.
And the people who it works for are the ones who go through the training, implement it, apply it. And do what it says.
And you know what? I feel led. Those of you who know me know that I'm very spiritual, and I've had all kinds of success, right? For Entrepreneur Forbes, all that kind of stuff. But I also believe in the supernatural and the spiritual. And I believe some of you have been dumbed down by teachers, by relatives, maybe even in your own home, with your desire to hunt and chase and find answers. And you're waiting for somebody because you're trying not to be that person that everybody keeps judging. You're waiting for somebody to bring you your answer. I release courage over you like a lion, and I cut off those chains off of you in Jesus' name. You as an entrepreneur are designed to hunt. You're designed to seek. You're designed to go after it and chase after it. And yes, it's going to offend people who are used to being spoon-fed. But that's okay. You entrepreneurs are the ones that all the spoon feeders are going to buy all your products. So you entrepreneurs, here's the deal, and I'm not trying to be like, honestly, but it's the truth. As an entrepreneur, one of the biggest things I've been persecuted for is, seriously, can't you just relax a little bit? Can't you just chill a little bit? Even when I only work 10 hours a week, they're telling me, can't you just chill a little bit? It's like, what the hell? You want, pardon me, you want me dead or something? You know what I mean? It's like, just because I got ambition to run and chase after something. A lot of times, too, in traditional education, you're taught to wait. Wait till you're in a certain grade. Wait till you qualified.
Wait till you paid your dues.
Wait till you paid your dues. Wait till you made this or did that or did that. And I'm not against traditional education, but I am against education that stops the learning process, because God created you to be hungry. Have you ever met a 2-year-old who sits there and goes, no, I'm not interested in breaking any rules, not interested in finding anything new, not interested in any of that. I don't know.
That's in us as humans from the time that we're born, is to desire, how can we, what is this? Curiosity, stuff like that. And so.
And I believe that we have a generation that is using tools. A lot of you might not even know who the heck I am if it wasn't for Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. And we're using tools to connect with people all over the world, all different countries. We are more connected than ever. Use this to make a difference. Use this to make an impact. Use this to make more money. Because when you make more money, you can help more people. You can help more hungry. You can help more homeless. You can get people out of the slave trade. You can expand yourself. You can change your legacy. I pray you not only want to make money, I pray you want to make a lot of money. And if you get a religious spirit around you that says,
no, it's true.
No, I just like love. Have you ever seen love feed someone who's hungry without money, without a farmer, without food? Ain't gonna happen. You're going to need lots of love and lots of money. And I want to train people. We're only one group. If we had 2,000 members who gave away $5,000 a year, now that's what I'm calling some apostolic activity. Hello, that's the kind of vision I'm chasing. I want my 2,000 members to be able to give a minimum of $5,000 away a year to things they care about. And mind you, I'm not building no impoverished, it's better to be broke to be holy. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I want you to use the rest, pay your tithes.
It's either $1 million or $10 million.
Go have fun, pay vacations, go buy a G-Wagon, buy a big diamond. God didn't say give it all away. He asked for 10%. And when you get like obsessed like I do about helping and being generous, like your generosity is measured by, your prosperity is measured by your generosity, Papa Bill Johnson says. And so a lot of you are like, well, I can hardly help myself. Well, let me help you help yourself. So you can help somebody else. I was a single mom living on $5,000 per year, raising this young man in an apartment.
By the way, this is my mom.
It was only 500 square feet.
Some people were saying that we're a cute couple. My fiance's inside.
I'm 53. He's 29.
Yep.
His fiance's in the other room. I am single, looking for a godly, chocolate, very wealthy man. Anyway.
Well, no, but you were raising me as a single mom in a one-bedroom apartment.
I was, and here's the deal. Why am I not living in a one-bedroom apartment still in
Detroit, Michigan?
Hello? I built
we were in Detroit, Michigan.
I built my very first $4 million business in a town that had only 2,000 people, but I connected to the internet and sold kitchenware with a satellite, mind you. I sold blend tech and kitchenware and all that kind of stuff when it wasn't sexy to sell it online.
Yeah.
Oh!
Made more money than the brick and mortar people.
The home party industry was saturated. Selling it in little tiny shops was saturated. So I was like, well, why the heck aren't you doing like home parties and stuff online? Everybody's connected to the internet nowadays. Oh no, we never done that before. How do you do that? Can you do that? Can you shout? Is that allowed? That's what I heard from them. I was like, yeah, it's allowed. I'm gonna do it. Made $30,000 my first year. I made my first $1 million by the time I was 30. Built that business to $4 million the next year. All I did is reinvented a business that was already being done successfully in a different modality. All right, we'll say goodbye to Periscope.
YouTube.
Goodbye, Periscope. Love you. Bye, YouTube.